Hi, good afternoon all. We're here at Uttoxeter today. We've just had our second run of the season with Best Pal. Didn't quite do what we'd hoped he'd do, but today it's about getting him a good handicap mark ready for the future. So we're not too despondent. There's plenty of good days ahead for him. So as a first opportunity for the season, myself and Steve to get together.
Nice to get together. Nice to see you.
We don't actually get to do this very often, so it's nice to actually do the video together for a change. We're going to mark the card for tomorrow, and you'll see our video up very shortly. We're going to run through the card at Ascot to start with for tomorrow, because we're not the flat boys that some of you might be, but we do like a punt on the flat if there's some quality racing. So we'll mark your card there first, and there's a couple of horses at Foss we'll cover as well. Tom Drinkwater has also put forward some selections which we'll highlight in a second and tell you what they are, but good news possibly for all of you, and hopefully fingers crossed for all of us, is that we're covering this for tomorrow, and myself, Steve and Tom like a lot of the same horses, so
that's either going to be a good day or a bad day or rain.
Yeah, right, okay, so we'll start with the first race. Steve, do you want to start with that?
Yeah, the first race is the Stayers Championship. Market is being headed by Trushan of Allen Kings. It won the Prix de Cadran at Longchamp Arc Weekend 2 weeks ago. Favourite for soft ground, which it's not going to be as soft as it usually is this time of year at Ascot, but I think Trushan has shown himself to be the up-and-coming stayer, whereas Stradivarius has been a champion for a good couple of seasons, but we're just starting to see his powers on the wane. Stradivarius is second favourite, but I would expect Trushan to confirm the placings from France, even over a slightly shorter trip. Hamish is an interesting one for William Haggis. Was favourite for the Ebor, pulled out in the morning because of the ground not being soft enough. Actually went on to win on the all-weather a couple of days later, beating the good horse Hookham of Haggis's as well. Sorry, Oliver Burrows, sorry though. But back up into effectively, I know it's a Group 2, it's effectively a Group 1, they're Group 1 horses.
Definitely is.
I think Trushan confirms the form, 15:08, 7:04, it's a cracking price.
And I'll just back that up by saying I couldn't agree more with what Steve said, and Tom is exactly of the same opinion. We are definitely saying Trushan's on the up, Stradivarius unfortunately on the decline, not to a drastic level, but there's a good up and comer there, and we'll stick with Trushan.
I'm sure if Mr. Oppenheimer wants to give Stradivarius away, I'll take him off with that.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're watching this, Mr. Oppenheimer,
I don't think he's going to be doing that. But okay, so we're into the British Champion Series Sprint Stakes Group 1. Dragon Symbol heading the market here in the next race. I think he's been a bit of an unlucky horse this season, actually.
I'd say he's probably the unluckiest sprinter in training.
Yeah, absolutely. But that is the nature of sprinting. You do find that they do come up against one, or they run into the back of one when they're just getting that sort of momentum. I'm a little bit concerned about the draw. You're not as much.
Yeah, I know a high number at Ascot on the straight track is usually favoured, especially with softer ground, but plenty of the market fancies are drawn low as well. I think there's quite an even spread across the track.
Yeah.
There's certainly a bit of pace low as well. I think, I'll be honest, I've got a short list of about 12. So I really wouldn't be surprised whatever wins this. I think at a price, I think Richard Hannon's Happy Romance can go well. And I think Vardream ran well and when it won the Group 3 at Ascot last time out. Yeah, Dragon Symbol will be bang there.
Okay.
Certainly wouldn't be surprised if he does go and win.
Well, Tom is a Rohan fan. I'm gonna just stick with Dragon Symbol. I think that he's been really unlucky, and I'm just hoping that it's going to be his day. But just go on to Rohan for Tom. He's been competing at Group 1 level. He knows what he's doing. He's going to be there or thereabouts, and I can't see him being too far off the premises at the end of the race, and drawn well accordingly. Next race, which is the Fillies Mares and Stakes Group 1.
Yeah, Snowfall, odds-on favourite in the race because Love was a late defection. Finished 6th in the Arc a couple of weeks ago. Had a hard enough race, but I mean, this will represent I know it's a Group 1, but this almost represents a drop in class for Snowfall.
Yeah.
Been running in much better quality races. Step back in trip I don't think would be an issue, given the fact there is a bit of juice in the ground. It's just how she's come out of the race. She's had a reasonably hard season.
Yeah.
You know, you can't win in Oaks by 16 lengths and win at York by the distance she did and it not take something out of you. Like I said, she's been a tad disappointing the last couple of times, but at 4 to 5, do I want to back her? No. Do I want to take her on? No, is the honest answer.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there that screams value at a price as an each way bet.
Yeah.
I think for me this is a race to go make a cup of tea and sit down and watch it and enjoy it.
Hopefully enjoy it, yeah. I think Snowfall wins. she has had a really hard season. If you look at the amount of runs she's had, but I think the problem here is what you take her on with. So ultimately, that makes it, if you're going to have a bet, Snowfall's the one. Probably put in your perms or your accumulators.
I mean, the one thing with this meeting, it's not unusual to see an upset or a shock.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, the ground's been a lot deeper the last few years, so you may not get those unusual results on this sort of ground.
Absolutely.
So
I was at Chester the day Invite won last time out, and I remember, I said to Steve, I remember thinking at that moment exactly that actually this could be quite a smart horse, but I think this is very much in the deep end straight away for this one. And I just, I'm not opposing Snowfall, nor is Tom, nor I don't think Steve.
I wouldn't be opposing it, no.
Okay, right, the 310, the QE2, this is probably the race of the day for me.
Yeah, fair to say.
Yeah, okay. I think, so I'll start with Tom, and then I'll let Steve move on to what he likes.